Hello everyone and welcome to another classic guitar video. Tonight's show is brought to you by Guitar Center of Glendora. I highly endorse them. They're really great. Check them out. Tonight's guitar is kind of a rare guitar. It's not a high-end guitar. It's just kind of an end-user guitar. But it is a Silvertone Stratocaster, rock style, if you will. It's HHS, no pickguard. Most of these models had pick guards. This one doesn't. There's no holes for a pick guard, so it's all factory. Two-tone volume, five-way selector switch. It's in metallic purple. It's pretty nice. I've had this guitar for quite a while, since probably end of last summer. I got it along with a bunch of other guitars I got. Well, not a bunch, about 3 other guitars. And then 2 amps from an individual over the end of last summer. One of which was that Silvertone bass, if you guys remember that one. That's just one of the guitars. But it's a cool piece, and I'm just going to do my regular thing to it, full professional setup, and we'll go from there. Pretty cool guitar. So let's check it out. And here it is, in all its glory, if you will. Yeah, there it is. I know it kind of looks blue in the video, but rest assured it is purple. Why it's coming out over the camera as blue, I don't know, but it is purple. It's definitively purple. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, also this is NOS, new old stock. Never been played, never been used. It still has a protective plastic on the back panels, the back of the tuners, all that good stuff. There's a sticker on it that says model SIK-1/MBM. That's the model. Made in Indonesia. Looks like a maple neck. It's even got a little flaming to the neck, so one could call it flame maple neck. It's very light, but it is flame maple. It doesn't weigh too much. It's pretty good. It's a neat little guitar. That being said, yeah. Sorry about that. So yes, there you have it. It's a pretty cool piece. Tonight's beverage of choice is going to be Mountain Dew Game Fuel. I get these from my local bargain store, and that's literally the name of the store, the bargain store. It's kind of like a mom and pop, privately owned 99-cent store, if you will. And I buy 36-pack of these for $4, and they're larger than a 12-ounce, I think. Yeah, they're 16-ounce. So they have these neat pop tops. That's resealable. Pretty cool on these little tops there. So enjoy this. It can be a little hard to open, but you just got to use a little elbow grease. You pop it open. You slide the opening open, and you commence enjoying beverage. Very good. Charged Cherry Burst is the name of it. Anyway, a little free advertisement for Mountain Dew, if you will, I guess. I don't know. Alright. And I have a small unboxing, or if you will. We'll start that. I won't really unbox it, I'll just show it to you guys, because I want to get right to the work on the guitar. But I did a small Harbor Freight haul, and I got this on sale for $5 on clearance. It's brand new. It is a Drill Master heat gun, 1500 watt heat gun. Really good for taking stickers off, electrical work, for using on heat shrink tube, things like that. And I got another one of these free flashlights. Every time I go, I take a coupon, and they have a coupon you can choose from: a free flashlight or a free screwdriver or free whatever. And as you guys know, I've got about 30 of these flashlights, brand new. I haven't used them. And I got this one. So, anyway, hey, maybe I can show the purple on this a little better with this light, maybe. Not really. But anyway, yeah, another one of those lights for free. And sometimes I choose the screwdriver for free, or whatever else they have in the offer for free. And then I just got a 24 pack of these Thunderbolt AAA batteries. I use these a lot, especially during the holidays. If you guys remember on my other channels, my toy channel, any holiday videos I do for Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, things of that nature. And that's the extent of my haul. That's it, just those 3 items. No big deal, really, per se. So that is my haul. That's the result of my haul. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Frontline. AWS became by far the world's leading cloud computing platform. Today, more than okay, enough of that. Let me get my TV show situated. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, I'll go ahead and test play it real quick. I don't think anything's changed since I bought it when I test played it, but I'll test play it anyway. It's going to be out of tune and everything, but yeah, definitely out of tune. Yeah, sounds great, yeah. The switch is a little staticky, but we'll fix that by doing my famous. Sometimes you just have to work the switch and then it cleans it. Now, I'll have to continue to do that more. I'll take the panel off too and see if there's anything I can tighten up, whatnot. Ooh, pot is really loose. Okay, well that's the extent I'm gonna. Oh, let's test the jack. Jack seems good. Okay. Alright, well. Oh, alright, let's start. And we'll take the tremolo arm out. Alright, proceed with detuning it and everything. He admits that that was on his brain when he came up with the idea that Amazon should be pursuing a little disc. Alright, let's start. We'll detune it first real quick too. I forgot to do that before I stood up. We'll do that real quick. to replace that high E string. It's a little wonky, but we'll see. Okay, tighten up the tuners, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I've been waiting to do this guitar for quite a while. It's just one of those projects I've had that I put on the back burner, you know. But we're getting to it now, so that's a good thing. Okay, we'll take the strings away from the fretboard. Not too bad. We'll take the knobs off. Oh my, okay, that's an issue. The insert, whoa, came out of the yeah, okay, well, we'll have to fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that, not a big deal. Oh, did it on this one too. Okay, well, we'll fix that. Okay, well, we got those to fix. It's an easy fix. I can put a dab of glue or something in there. Not that big of a deal. Ain't no thing. Jelly bean. Doing that. Oh, okay. All right. Too bad, the nut's good. And we'll flip her over and tighten the set screws for the tuners. Flip her back over, tighten the jam nuts. Take a drink of my Mountain Dew Fuel. Game Fuel, rather. Okay. We'll tighten the jam nuts, tuners. so good.
I'm your best friend. I'm Santa Claus. I think that is an industry.
Okay.
It's not just about a ring camera. It could be about anybody's cameras. It's about any device in that.
Take the truss rod cover off. I like this guitar, it's pretty cool. Whoever gets it's going to get a nice little beginner guitar, intermediate guitar, you know, pick up and jam guitar, practice guitar.
Here's a device that you would describe as cute and seems harmless, and I'm just wondering whether you're being straight with people about the attendant risks to your customers that you are obsessed with, supposedly. We are obsessed with customers. I would say that.
Okay, now we'll tighten the jam nuts on the on the pots. A little bit more. Be very careful. Don't want to over tighten these jam nuts because they're not made of stainless steel or anything. So you can very easily strip the 2.5, 3 threads that are on these. And then we'll check the jam nut on the jack. That's a different size. Here's the. Sometimes I like to use the box end of the wrench just for that added extra protection that I won't strip it out. Okay. And we'll tighten these strap buttons. And then the other strap button. And then the back of the neck plate rather. Okay, another drink of my Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and I'll change the camera view there. Sorry, folks. Oh, good stuff. Okay, what next? Tighten those up. Okay. And then we'll take off the back panel for the electronics so we can take a look at the electronics. And then we'll take a picture, of course. We'll check, make sure our ground is good, and all that good typical stuff, you know. This is a cool guitar, I like it. Not a scratch on it, not a fingerprint on it. Well, there's a fingerprint on it, but... Plus it has not been in a case, so it's very dusty. Which is my fault, I should have put it in a case. But I didn't. I usually do, I always do, but every once in a while a guitar will get away from me. And this one got away from me. Hey, at least the back plate is shielded. So that's good. Pretty good. Oh. Okay. Alright. Yeah, alright, we'll take a quick picture of the electronics and whatnot. Pretty cool. Alright. Then we'll check that five-way selector switch rather. And it is staticking a little bit, so we'll try and endeavor to fix that, make it a little less noisy. Of course, that could just be indicative of the switch. Again, this is not a high-end guitar. I don't pretend it to be. But we'll see what it's doing. Make sure all the grounds are good, all the wires are good. Sometimes just giving a quick blow in it. You know, maybe there's a dust bunny in there or something, or a fleck, or shaving a metal, or whatever. The pots are 250K pots with a green drop capacitor. So there is that. Sorry about the noise. I'll be right back.
I told you Amazon had their fingers in so many pies, different pies. Software, facial recognition.
But without, and there's, what do you say, 192 different ways you can use it and all this, that, and everything. It sounds like a disaster waiting to happen unless they get people like that scientist lady that works for Amazon.
Yeah.
That Whole Foods was kind of a creator of that whole thing. 92%.
Yeah,
It's
not
only
foolproof,
92%
yeah.
accurate.
Yeah, that's
So
good, but
until it's 99 point something,
99,
then
yeah.
they shouldn't even be thinking about using it.
Look at that story. Three titans of industry, man.
When Amazon was mentioned in a press release with Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan saying they were
They
looking
do
at
what they
healthcare.
have, they fucking want to do, don't they?
Seemingly so, huh?
About Amazon's forthcoming entry into the healthcare market.
Yeah.
On the opening bell the next morning, the healthcare industry's largest player shed billions of dollars.
And insurance stocks are down
You
after
got that
Amazon
kind of
announced
money?
a healthcare partnership with Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan Chase.
Bezos basically wants to own the whole economy, right?
You think he will?
I kind of think he will. I kind of think that in like 10 years, Jeff Bezos owns every single thing in it.
So Amazon has the Darth Vader-like abilities to just look at its sector and begin choking it
Oh
off.
my God.
Amazon can begin beating competitors without even competing.
Do you actually think that Amazon is having a negative effect?
Oh, sorry about that, folks. I had to. I was talking to somebody.
I think it's a mixed bag. I think you could argue, and there's evidence that they have been in certain sectors.
Okay, so yeah, I think that switch it'll lighten up once we get it going. I'll try it again right now. The strings don't have to be on in order for it to work, so.
He manages to succeed in a fairly major way.
Yeah, all you have to do is work it.
I've never seen anything like a company that is so integrated into the fabric of
It seems to be better.
at a certain point it becomes unworkable.
That may have fixed the problem. No static. Okay. At least not so far, so.
But Amazon doesn't take it seriously.
Amazon is investing billions in new shows and movies.
Okay. What else were we gonna do? Let's see. I was gonna tighten the tab on the tuner, or the tuner. The jack. Oh, I meant to say. I'm sorry. The yak. Tighten that yak. Hello. The yak jack.
For Amazon, my new best friend. Bezos likes to joke about how every time he wins a Golden Globe, it helps us sell more shoes. And it does that in a very direct way because when people, if you look at Prime members, they
Hey, I got something
buy more
stickery in
Amazon
my pocket.
and one
I
reason
reached my hand in my pocket to
they're looking around to see how come
grab for a
they're
tissue to wipe my nose, and
trying to use
something bit me.
to get people into the
Well,
pipeline.
shaving a metal or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Sitting
I'll live. I promise.
structure that is Amazon, where it becomes this unthinking habit starting to pattern all these parts of our existence.
So you're doing the media stuff to encourage people to use more of Prime.
Correct. Amazon is represented.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. So okay, next we will do the frets and fretboard and take a picture of the frets and fretboard before.
And really seems to relish being at the center of attention.
I also want you to know, Jeff, that if you win tonight, you can expect your Oscar to arrive in 2 to 5 business days.
What you see now is someone who is so supremely self-confident. It's a guy who has become a titan.
Amazon is about to get bigger. He's looking for another home in North America.
Bezos and Amazon's soaring stature would be on full display in September 2017, when the company announced a contest to find a location for a second headquarters.
Called HQ2.
The promised $5 billion in capital investments
$5 billion.
and 50,000 jobs.
50,000 high-paying jobs. That means they're salivating over the opportunity.
It was unprecedented because the number of jobs was head and shoulders more than
Alrighty, let's get to it. Do it to it, as they say, huh, folks? Do it to it. You know what I forgot? Almost forgot to test the truss rod.
Amazon is demonstrating that it has the power to get thousands of elected officials to remake their workday and bow down for Amazon. Mayor of the city of Maryland and offer it huge tax breaks.
Georgia offered $2 billion. Maryland offered $5 billion.
Okay. My regular wrench is not going to do it, so I'm going to have to get out my trusty
They know that these places also have a prayer.
Allen wrenches, if you will.
City voters saw it as a
There we go.
display of corporate power to dangle 50,000 jobs and
It's actually pretty good, so I don't
metropolitan.
need to tighten it too much.
You say what?
Pretty good, actually. All right.
The United States government went, we want businesses to invest in the United States. States
Okay.
want businesses to invest in the closest we got, the cities made a proposal. They wanted us to come and that's why they were an attractive option.
In November 2018, Amazon announced there were two winners: Arlington, Virginia, and New York City.
All right, folks.
New York City announced a campaign card for it, offering up nearly $3 billion in subsidies and tax breaks.
I'll change my name to Amazon Formal Official Mother's Day.
In return, Amazon promised millions of dollars in
Okay.
investment
There we go.
and a small number of projects. Was enthused about giving
Ooh, feel the burn. Ooh. Feel the burn, folks. Whoa. Okay. Well, clean rag. That's shadow. It's clean rag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa. Now it's dirty. See the difference? Okay. I tell you so. Hey. I tell you so. I tell you so. Okay. So we're into this for 38 minutes so far. Not too shabby, folks. Not too shabby. And we'll do the leading edge of threads. And finish this sucker up. Should go pretty fast. It feels like it's going to go fairly fast, so it's going pretty swimmingly so far. Yeah, again, this is a NOS, new old stock, Silvertone Strat. It's kind of very, if I had to say what this guitar was similar to, it's very Ibanez-esque, you know, RG series or whatever. So there's that. Halfway done now, a little more.
we're doing pretty good. No problems, issues, or glitches so far. Fretboard on this brand new new old stock Silvertone Strat in metallic purple, even though it looks like metallic blue on the video for whatever reason. I know I'm not colorblind. It is metallic purple. You look at it in the sunlight and it is definitively purple. And I've shown this guitar to other people and they say it's purple too, so I am not the only one. We're getting there, we're almost done.
This is sort of in some ways a baby that you gave birth to, right? And so, I mean, you helped birth that.
Yeah, very much so. In fact, I used to get up several times during the night just to see if it was working. Take care of it if it wasn't.
And when you look at what Amazon has grown into today, you see what?
Okay, one more left. And
So I think not all of the facts of the company and the world are to the best. And I wish it weren't so, and
my back hurts too.
I mean, isn't this just capitalism? Isn't this just a company doing what a company does?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Alrighty. Take our after picture.
I think that we're now at the scale where that could potentially make sense.
How do you and Jeff and others at the senior leadership level think about the call to bring you guys out?
We don't think about it
Oh yeah, nice. Always nice. It's always nice.
I always remember one of the first things I heard Jeff Bezos say back when we could fit the whole company just on conference room for an all-hands meeting. I would not go to bed at night fearing your competitors, fearing any external issues. I would go to bed at night fearing whether you're doing right by your customers. And that really is a credo we live here. It's what we spend most of our time thinking about.
Well, I understand that, and that we deserve scrutiny. And I think
Excuse me.
that's large in the economy and in society should deserve scrutiny. The problem is when you think about us, we're in a lot of verticals. Yes. There's video and there's commerce.
Alright. Have a gander at the frets and fretboard. Came out real nice.
And I do understand why when you're in a lot of them, it seems like you're everywhere. But the global, if you were everywhere, that means we're talking about the global economy, not just the retail. It's so vast. To the public, it may sound strange coming from Amazon, which is a company with basically your CEO is the richest man in the world. But Jeff Wilkie said to me that you're just a speck in the scheme of things. Do you see how that could seem strange or incongruous?
Alrighty.
Yeah, Amazon as a whole has become, has been simply because
Yeah, came out really nice. Frets and fretboard, that is. Okay, and we'll peel back the strings. Well, not peel them back, but put them back rather, I meant to say. Adjust the pickup pole height next here. Alrighty. Alright, we'll start polishing up the body and whatnot. Oh. Shoot. Alright, we're doing pretty good. I mean, no complaints thus far, you know? No complaints thus far. Now there is a small, what looks like a ding or scratch or a dent that's kind of like 2 flecks of silver right here. The camera's not going to pick it up, even if I angle it to you, but it's right there in the tip of my finger. That is not a ding, that is not a dent, that is not a scratch. It's just kind of a factory blem, if you will. Probably when they were painting the guitar with the metal flake of a metallic, it some extra sprayed out or something, I don't know. And it didn't, quite come out right or something, is what I'm guessing. Happened, so not a big deal. It's just kind of one of those things. Need my little crevice tool here, so I can get in the crevices. Get in the little crevices and whatnot.
An interesting theory, Commander. But a theory.
That's right. But I'll tell you what's not a theory. Retract the Tetrion emissions back to your warbird. And I have about 50 photon torpedoes knocked onto it right now.
Alrighty, we're doing pretty good. We're making good time and everything. I'm not worried about that. Even if this were to turn into a 2-day project, which I don't see because we haven't had any, major issues or big issues or even any small issues to speak of other than the switch. I had to kind of fix. I was kind of staticky, but for not that, we've been pretty good. For not that. So yeah, we're doing well. We're doing pretty good. I think this paint's gonna come out nice. There's, like I said, there's no dings, there's no dents, there's no scratches, there's no buckle rash, there's no strum marks. You know how sometimes right about here, between here and here, you get strum marks or pick marks, fingernail marks from strumming. There's none of that because the guitar is NOS, new old stock. So there is that. There is that. Other than that, we're doing pretty good. Didn't have any problems with any pots. Again, we'll see how the switch is doing. Worst case scenario, I would just take it out and clean it and or replace it. But I don't think it will go that far. It won't need to go that far because it wasn't that bad. I mean, yes, it was. The sound was prevalent, but it wasn't so bad that you know, would render the guitar useless or anything. You know, just kind of one of those things, you know.
Monday at 8 on PBS SoCal.
But yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I just.
Your favorite new PBS programs, wherever and whenever on the free Simply download the app on your screen.
And I'll we will polish the tops of the pickups here. We already adjusted the pickup pull height. That's what I meant to say. So we're doing pretty good on that aspect. What else can I say about this guitar? Not much, I guess. It's just, you know, it's not a special guitar per se, although it is rare in this color. And the fact that it does not have a pickguard, and it has the recessed 2 SS single coil pickups. So there's that aspect of it. But other than that, it's not a special guitar per se. You know, it's just kind of a regular guitar, if you will. But it's a nice guitar. I like it. Oh, and we do have to otherwise glue or you know, put a little piece of paper or something in to hold the insert for the knobs to keep from coming out, as I showed before. But other than that, we're fine. So I'm wiping off the first polish, and it looks pretty darn good already. I'm already happy with it. I haven't even finished it yet. Ross Perot. Sorry, I'm watching something on PBS and had Ross Perot. A few older people or people in and around my age remember who Ross Perot was. He ran for president, I think the time Clinton did, if memory serves. Ross Perot, kind of a billionaire guy. I don't know. Perot. My name's Ross Perot. And he kind of talked like that. I think he was from Texas or something. I could be wrong on that, but I want to say he was from Texas. I'm probably wrong on that, but Ross Perot. Now we're polishing off the tops of the pickups, and so far so good. They're coming out really nice, of course. Why wouldn't they? They're brand new. Yeah, now they're talking about Steve Jobs. Before they were talking about Jeff Bezos from Amazon. Well, guitar's looking pretty darn good so far. I hate that it looks blue on camera and it's not blue. I hate that, I hate it. So we're into this guitar for 1 hour exactly right now. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to stand up to do the rest because I need to see. And with the glare, I can't see. There's one little spot right here I need to kind of redo, but other than that, it's actually warm today. Today was one of the warmer days we've had since probably October. Like 73 degrees today, 74, 73. It's actually warmer in here. It's 70 in here. If you guys remember, I was always commenting how it was below 65 degrees in here every day. Today's the first day it's been 70 since probably October. Come to think of it. So, yeah. Interesting on that. Interesting on that. Okay, so a couple little spots I want to go over again, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll polish the sides and the back, and then back of the neck, back of the headstock, back of the tuners, top of the headstock, top of the tuners, and then do the bridge last, and then go from there. Alright. Oh yeah. pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I don't have any complaints. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna look nice in the sun tomorrow when I take pictures of it. That I'm pretty sure of. So there we have the body more or less completed, other than the bridge. And actually sitting down, I think I need to do this little section right here again, but I'll wait. To do that, we'll flip her over and do the back and then the sides. And I think I'll put the cover on last after we got the strings on, and that way we can test the 5-way switch and see if we need to do anything else to it to help it along with its issue that we had with the static electricity, not static electricity, static noise rather. I don't know why I said static electricity. I don't know why I said that. It's hard to believe we're almost at the end of winter. It's like, wow, it's past the middle of February already. It's just nuts. This year's gone by so fast already. Pretty soon we're going to be celebrating 4th of July and watching fireworks here pretty soon. Not pretty soon, but you know what I mean. That's what it'll seem like. It's crazy how fast the years go by when you get older, huh? I'm already looking forward to St. Patrick's Day, and as you guys know, I make a really big St. Patrick's Day meal. Corned beef and cabbage and potatoes and soda bread and all that stuff. And I'm already looking forward to Halloween, for that matter. Yeah, it's just crazy how fast the year is going. I'm not looking forward to summer, I'll tell you that much, though. That I will say. Not looking forward to summer. Every year it seems I get a little less tolerant of the heat as I get older. The heat bothers me more, whereas in previous years, you know, it was bothersome, but it didn't bother me as much as it does. So every year, unlike the cold, I mean, it could be cold, it could be 20 degrees below 0 outside right now, and I'd be perfectly fine with that, because at least when it's cold you can put layers on, you can put sweaters on, you know, you can put blankets over you. But if it's 110 degrees outside, you can go outside, strip off naked, and guess what? You're still hot. So there is that aspect of it. Alright, let's do our first polish off. See what this baby's gonna give us here. I don't know. We'll find out. Pretty nice. Again, no criticisms so far. I'll have to stand up and look at the rest of it so I can make it comparable, but so far so good. Okay, stand up and take a gander. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. For spacious skies. Yeah. One little spot right here I need to kind of go over again. Oh, there we go. That little spot right there. There we go. Oh yeah. Nice. Made in Indonesia. For those of you who want to know that, made in Indonesia. Which I would take a guitar made in Indonesia over one made in China. That's just my preference. Although, over the past, I don't know, 8 to 8 years maybe, China has been putting out much better than they used to quality of workmanship, if you will. I have some China, like, to give you an example, I have some Chinese Epiphones that are impeccable quality. And they are kind of very close to the, say, the Korean-made Epiphones, which are highly sought after. So yeah, there is that aspect. Oops, I made the things there. Alright, oh well. The body on this is fairly thick. You can see how thick the body is. But like I said, you can tell by the shape and the design, it's very Ibanez RG-esque, if you will. Which is fine by me. Because you guys know how much I'm a proponent and collector of Ibanez RGs. I've got, well, I won't say how many I have because you wouldn't believe me, but I have a lot. And I'll just leave it at that. Because if I told you how many I had, I would get inundated with emails from people saying, you don't have that many. And then I would have to make a video on it and show them all. Although I have shown a lot of my Ibanez RGs and Ibanez Art Cores and other Ibanez guitars. Because I used to work with Ibanez, so. Work for Ibanez, so. So, yeah, coming out nice. Coming out nice. Whoops, now I'm going to have to lean this guitar against my body so I can get some polish on my rag. Rag. Yeah, the body shapes and sharpnesses, especially around the cutaways here, are very Ibanez-esque. They really are. Yeah, I like it. I like this guitar. It's pretty cool. Again, not an expensive guitar. Somebody the other day asked me how much I was going to ask for it when I put it back up for sale. I don't quite know the exact price I'm going to put on it, but it's probably going to be somewhere between, say, $220 and $275. Rough estimate. That's about as best estimate as I can give. I'll know better when I take pictures of it tomorrow and kind of assess it when I write my posting for it and put it on Craigslist and put it on Facebook Marketplace and classifiedads.com and my personal website, and we'll go from there. But that price that I just mentioned, thereabouts. Yeah, thereabouts. We'll see. Ooh, see one little spot near the cutaway I need to redo real quick. Where'd it go? Now I lost it. Oh, there it is. There we go. Spin it around to make sure I got it, and I did. Now we will do the back of the neck, which is satin finish, but I'm going to put a very light coating on it. Just to kind of clean it up. And you guys know that's because that's what I do. I need to sit down a minute for my back, though. My back side is killing me, and I got to be real careful with my back because I'm helping a friend tomorrow with his 93 Pontiac Trans Am, the same one I told you about previously. We're going to change out his rear end gears from his rear end gear carrier from non-posi to posi, which is posi traction. So I'm going to help him out with that tomorrow. That's going to take a few hours. And so yeah. Alrighty. Now we'll do the back of the headstock, or back of the neck rather. And it does have flaming to it, and so it is maple. I'm not going to call it flame maple in the posting, but I am going to call it maple because, well, that's what it is. It is maple. But I'm not going to call it flame maple. But when a customer, respectable customer, comes to look at it, I will mention the flaming in the neck. I'll say, you know, take a look at the neck, how it's maple, and you can see the flaming in the maple. And then I'll just kind of, you know, I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go beyond that because, you know, I can't. I'm not going to make claims that I can't back up. Even though, you know, I know what I'm looking at. I know this is a maple neck, and I can see flaming in the neck, so. But anyway, like I said. Now we're doing the back of the tuners. I'll change the camera view so you guys can see me actually doing that work. Oops. Okay. The back of the headstock is satin finish, so I'm not going to polish the back of the headstock. But I'm going to do the tuners, as I always do. So yeah. We're doing pretty good here. No problems, issues, or glitches, other than that 5-way selector switch, which I think I've cured the problem on that. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I will find out when I definitively hook it back up and put the strings back on it and all that good stuff. But that being said, I think we'll be okay on that. Yeah.
I'll access the Jeffries tube that runs under that deck plate. Set a few charges to blow up the console.
Charges? They wrote you to see the arteries.
Alrighty. Back of the tuners. We're looking pretty spiffy so far. Oh yeah, nice. I mean, they're new anyway, so I don't see a serial number on this guitar, so I can't definitively say what year it is. because they don't serialize these for whatever reason. The back of the inspection sticker here, which says OK, and it says inspected by Santoso, and the date looks like 8/18, 8/8/18, meaning month 8 and year 2018. So that's my best guess on it, even though it doesn't have a serial number on it, which is strange. Because most Silvertones I've owned, even newer ones, which this is a newer one, have been serialized. So it is kind of strange it doesn't have a serial number on it that I've seen so far. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. But I could be wrong, like I said. I can be wrong at times. Amazingly enough. I can be wrong. Okay, last one here. I'm getting it done. So it's looking pretty good. What else can we talk about? Movies. I've been watching since Kirk Douglas's death. I've been watching Kirk Douglas movies. I've been doing that. Today I've started watching, and I'm about halfway through it, the movie, 1979 movie, The Fury, with Kirk Douglas. Pretty cool movie. I hadn't seen that movie in years, actually. So it's been kind of fun watching that movie. So that was pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna groove and dry lube the nut. Alright. Grooving and dry lubing the nut. We're making it groovy. That's what we're doing. We're making it groovy. Nut's in good shape. It's just a plastic nut. Nothing special about it. Yeah, just a plastic nut. I can't say much more about it than that. I mean, it is what it is. It's a plastic nut. It's a plastic nut. What else do you want to know about it? It is a plastic nut. It's in good conditions, in good shape. But even if nuts are in good shape, I always groove and dry lube them. That helps with tuning issues. And what I affectionately call creaking issues with nuts, where you go to tune it or detune it, and you hear this little click or a creak, and it goes. That's due to the nut not being properly grooved or dry lubed. You take off any sharp edges of the nut. This virtually eliminates all that. And I've had people challenge me on that and say, no, you don't need to do that, and you're messing up the nut. And say, no, you don't understand what I'm doing, man. If you think I'm messing the nut up, I'm not messing the nut up by doing what I'm doing. I've been doing this like this for many years. Even before there were tools like this, I've been grooving and dry lubing nuts. Many years. People thank me for doing it. I don't know what's with this. It's kind of tangled up a little bit. Sometimes these tools aren't as handy as one would think, you know. Come on. There we go. Now it's free. Kind of getting tangled up with the other one. So yes, again, this what I'm doing helps immensely. What I was started to say before there were tools like this, I would use very small, fine files or file edges, or I would make my own tool. But in years, manufacturers started making these little nut grooving tools. So I use them. Why not? They help. So I've got zero reason to not use them. I need to sit down a minute because my back is hurting.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Taxes. The IRS.
And I will be right back. Hold on, folks.
By the IRS alone. The tax doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can't stop these IRS actions. The tax doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Calling her 860-6526. Guys, carrying some extra weight? I know what you're thinking. Should I stop tucking my shirt in? Wear my pants lower? Just buy bigger clothes? You don't have to suffer to drop some pounds. Stop. Lose the weight without going hungry with Nutrisystem for Men, America's #1 home delivery weight loss program. Lose up to 18 pounds and 8 inches overall in your first month. Check us out today and get protein-packed shakes free. Nutrisystem for Men is designed specifically to burn fat so you can start to feel great. Dude, you don't have to go hungry, count calories, or follow some silly rules. People across America trust Nutrisystem because they deliver your favorite foods made healthier and perfectly balanced to put your body in fat-burning mode. So you eat the food and lose the weight. And the best part? Nutrisystem's money-back guarantee. Act now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free. Go online or call 888-384-FIT5 right now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
Alrighty, folks. Let's proceed to polish the top of the headstock and go from there. Top of the headstock. I've already grooved and dry lubed it. Oh, no, I didn't dry lube it. I forgot to dry lube it. Oh, mercy. Mercy. Okay, so here's my dry lube. I almost forgot to dry lube it.
20 kilos heavier.
Which is poofs. The poof started and you poof,
I do.
poof,
He's wearing a Nazi
poof.
uniform or an Earth during the Second World War.
It's very fine.
Totalitarian fanatics bent on world conquest.
Okay, now, there we go. Almost forgot. Interesting how I almost forgot. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
You deceived me. I should have seen through your flirtation.
I'm gonna have to cut that off. Well, I don't know if I want to cut that off yet. Okay. The string is a little iffy, so. But I'm gonna work with it no matter what. So.
I see you're acquainted. Do you find her as attractive as I once did?
Okay.
Put the weapon away.
Okay, so we're doing pretty good. we'll do fine with this. I think we'll do good on here.
I've established a new base with Holiday 1. I want to monitor what's going on over there in case the crew needs my help. What should we do? Not having a queue of the clean handlers like what I tell you. The battle has begun. Our plan is to penetrate the enemy position. Cut its forces in half. And a very good plan it is. Best of luck with it. You will lead us into battle, great warrior.
Maybe I'll just watch from here. Try to offer up some pointers as things develop.
Stalker! Lead the attack, or die here by my hand. You heard him. Don't argue with the man, run off. I'll reattack in a second. Just don't misplace them.
Yeah, I really like this guitar. Like I said, there's no problems, issues, or glitches with it, other than the 5-way selector switch, which I think I fixed already, but we'll see once we put tension on the strings and start our setup. Then I can decipher if I need to take further action on the 5-way selector switch. I don't think so, but we'll see. You never know. We'll see. We'll see. Lift the strings up so you don't take the string with you and polish the string along the surface of the guitar. Yeah, I like this guitar. I've only seen one other of this exact model, and it had a pick guard, and it was just solid black. So this is why I say the guitar is rare, quote unquote, because you don't see too many of them in this color fashion. In fact, this is the only one I've ever seen in this color fashion. Hence why I call it rare. Yeah, I mean, that's why I call it rare. At least rare in availability, I'll put it that way. Because inevitably I will get people who message me and say, well, that's not a rare guitar. They've made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Well, that may be the case, but how many are available? I've been keeping track, and so far I have the only one that's going to be available for sale. So there is that. You know, yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to say that there aren't others of this guitar. There may very well be. And again, this isn't a guitar I'm going to get thousands of dollars for, or hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. Like I said, you heard me earlier, I'm going to put between $220 and $275 on this guitar. This model of guitar I know sold new for I think $349. I'm pretty sure $349 was the new sale price of this guitar. I'm pretty sure of that. So me asking $220 to $275 would not be unreasonable for it, in my ever so humble opinion. Somebody will like it for the color, because the color is really cool on it. So there's that aspect of it, if you will. Yeah.
In the fight for freedom, a handful of dedicated men and women protect the armed forces against injustice, no matter where the battle takes them.
Okay, I'm going to proceed to put the truck rod cover back on it, and we'll go from there.
Central. Part of the day shift on H&I. When you're confident in your gut, you feel confident to take on anything. With Benefiber, you'll feel the power of gut health confidence every day. Benefiber is a 100% natural prebiotic fiber. Benefiber, trust your gut. Nothing stops you from moving more than lower back pain. Introducing the new lower back support shirt from Tommy Copper, engineered to relieve pain where you feel it most. The secret is our 4-panel power mesh system. Back support built right into your shirt, and only Tommy has it. Relieving back pain is as simple as getting dressed. Tommy supports my back and my leg. Go to TommyCopper.com.
I'm a little bit tired and lightheaded right now. I didn't drink enough water today. Even though it was kind of semi-warm today, and I worked up a mild sweat outside today. Just doing a little bit of yard work and stuff. I didn't drink enough water today, so I'm a little bit lightheaded. But I got my juice and my I have a juice and a soda here, so.
Download Credit Sesame for free today.
So there is that. Okay. Okay, now we'll polish the bridge. So I'm going to take note of where the intonation settings are. Just kind of a mental note. And then unscrew them, and then I'll tighten the bridge to the block. And then the 6 adjusting screws for the pivot. And then, yeah. And then we'll decide which screwdriver I need to best use. I'm going to put the rag down so I don't scratch the surface of the guitar if I drop my screwdriver. Or get my fingerprints or my grubby grubs all over it. And I have to take note of the spring position to see if the springs are tapered. One end is bigger than the other, and they are. I need to move the camera view. Sorry about that, folks. I will do that right now. And what I do is I take these and I put them on the magnet of the pickup. If these are magnetic saddles, they're not magnetic. They must be pot metal because they're not magnetic. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, you know what? They're. Yeah, they're not magnetic. Okay. Well, whatever. They're not steel ones like on a fender. So, all right. Whatever. Stamped steel. These are cast, I guess. Whatever. Alright, well, that's okay. Not a big deal, like I said. Is what it is, and that's what it is, and what it is, what it is. Now let's keep these in order. So, just for the sake of keeping them in order. Not that they have to be in order, but... I always like this character actor that's speaking right now on Star Trek Voyager. I have to think of what this actor's been in before. He's done voice work. He has a distinctive speaking voice, so if you hear him speak. I'm trying to think of something else I saw him or heard him in recently. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to think about that a minute. I know this actor's name, but I can't think of his name right now. His name escapes me right now. But at any rate, I like this actor. He's a good character actor. His name is on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. Man. Yeah, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I can't think of it. Darn it. It'll come to me. Probably tomorrow it'll come to me. And then by then it won't matter. But oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. And I know what I saw him in last, or heard him in last, and it wasn't long ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I just can't think of it right now. Darn it, I hate it when that happens. Oh well. Like I said, it's not that important. I was just... these are already pretty tight, so I'm not gonna sweat over these too badly. I'm just going to make sure they're on well, and then we'll adjust the the 6 pivot screws, which don't need much adjusting. They're actually pretty good. You can feel by tension when you tighten them or loosen them, so that's why I say they're actually pretty darn good, so I'm not going to worry about them too much. Oh! Gosh, I've been waiting to do this guitar since what? I've been waiting to do this guitar since July. I bought this guitar in July, along with a bass, another guitar, a bass amp, and a guitar amp from a guy, just off Craigslist. Everything's Silvertone. Silvertone bass, Silvertone guitar, Silvertone amp, Silvertone, everything's Silvertone. And he was selling it really cheap. He had bought it for, I think, a family member to learn music on. He bought it for the family member. The family member never touched him. And thus he put him up for sale, and I bought him. That's pretty much the story. How it went. Yeah. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So to speak. Anyway, what else is going on, folks? We talked about movies. Yeah, I'm watching the Kirk Douglas movies. My favorite Kirk Douglas movie of all time is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I probably watch that movie 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. I love that movie. And I have the unrated director's cut of that movie, which is kind of a rare version of that movie. It's a little bit longer than the theatrical version. I love that movie. Always loved Kirk Douglas. It's amazing how he lived to be 103 years old. It's just dumbfounding. Just dumbfounding. Makes you wonder how long Michael Douglas is going to live. I hope he lives as long. I like Michael Douglas too. But yeah, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You just have to love that movie. It's just such an iconic movie and story, and Jules Verne, and all that. It's just really cool, really awesome. I'm gonna put this in a few threads and actuate the tremolo so I can kind of polish under the tremolo, if you will. real quick.
We have to try. I mean, we've been half drunk. Klingons are among the best warriors in the galaxy.
So now we'll unscrew it.
You just have to convince them that there's a more important battle to be waged. You are a great warrior.
And yeah, we're doing pretty good on this guitar. We're into this guitar for an hour and 44 minutes. We're doing pretty good. We're making good time. Not too worried about it. Get it together and then we'll start doing the setup on it. It always takes longer with these guitars that have Fender style tremolo systems because, you know, unless they're really clean to begin with, I don't have to take them apart. You know, I can just kind of polish around them like you guys have seen me do before. But this one I needed to take apart through my own fault because I left the guitar sitting out, not in its gig bag, and it got dirty and dusty. And rare that I do that, but it does happen on occasion. I have to be more diligent in doing that. Putting a guitar back in its case or gig bag right away, so that way I don't, don't ruin it or whatever, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and proceed and polish the individual saddles. Just like we did on the Fender Bullet the other day. We'll do it away from the body so I don't get any schmutz back on the body that I just polished. Just polished the other body of the body. So I don't want to get any schmutz on it, as I like to call it. Don't want to get any schmutz on it. Hey, schmutz. I like schmutz, so I'll get my little pliers out to put it back on. And then we'll go from there. I'm hoping I'll be able to help my friend with his Firebird tomorrow. I think I will be. Weather's going to be good. As long as my back is good, I will help him. And the job is going to probably take about... well, I don't know. Body's gonna take a good. The work's gonna take a good 3 to 5 hours. So there is that. But yeah. Okay, now we'll put this back. Okay, that didn't work. Ooh, it's going to be a little more difficult because the angle on the... I might have to put something on the back of the guitar to keep it level so I can put it back. Maybe not, we'll see. I'm pretty good at doing this. I've done enough of them over the years to... we'll put it back to kind of factory setting where the intonation was, more or less, give or take. That's a little too much, actually. I'll undo it a little more. Ooh, look at that. It looks pretty darn good. I like this guitar. So I think if somebody picks this guitar up from me for $275, they're going to be getting a pretty nice guitar, especially considering everything I'm doing to it. In terms of work and all that. Whoop. Nelly. Let's not knock it around. This is why I polish it off with a rag so it doesn't flip all over the place and put little divots in the guitar fretboard or the body. Whoop. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sorry. There. It's a little better because the string was wrapped around the other string. So, okay. Alright. Alright, we'll flip that around and then we'll get the other spring and screw. Alright. I'm gonna have to pick it up. Get it past that. Alright. Get it started, but you don't want to get it cross-threaded, so you'll feel if it gets cross-threaded. It's getting cross-threaded for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. I think it's getting cross-threaded. No, I thought it was getting cross-threaded already. I was like, no. Polish the next one. This goes by pretty fast if I concentrate and I'm doing it right and there's no problems, issues, or glitches. And it goes by pretty fast. Yeah. Just trying to make it look nice, be nice. I'm not trying to, you know. Again, it's not a high-end guitar to begin with, so we're not trying to make it break any records or anything in terms of looks. But you want it to be nice, you know, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it look as nice as possible. And I've gotten a lot of criticism for doing this, and so it's just a saddle, why are you doing that? And it's just like, well, you know, if a saddle has a lot of corrosion on it, not that this one had a corrosion on it, but if a saddle had a corrosion on it, you know, in the string groove and stuff like that, you know, would make for tuning issues and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it does serve a purpose other than just looking pretty or looking nice. It does serve another purpose, contrary to popular belief. It serves a purpose. Make sure we don't get cross-threaded, and we're not. And we'll do the next one. Take a drink of my V8 juice here down here. And we're halfway through it, so we're all good. We're golden so far. We're golden so far. Whoa, I almost lost control of that one. These are pot metal, but they are chromed. So be aware of that. And you'll be good, you know? Polish it off. Get this one on. We're at an hour and 54 minutes on this guitar. Not too bad. We're not doing too bad on time. Oops. We're doing pretty good on time on this guitar. I'm not too worried about it. My back is starting to kill me though. Oh, but I'll finish tonight, that's for sure. I will finish tonight.
His ideas were unconventional. I do not share them.
Was he any more unconventional than you are? Call it a ceasefire with your prey. Only a few days ago, folks speaking of
Make sure you don't cross-thread it. And you'll know within about the first 3 or 4 or 5 turns if you've cross-threaded it. And I haven't. So we're doing pretty good. Polish the next one. And we've got one left after that. And we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Looking forward to tomorrow's meal. I have to go out of town. And where I live, there's not very many close by Popeye's chicken stores, restaurants rather. I've been wanting Popeye's chicken now that they've gotten resupplied of their ever so famous controversial chicken sandwich. I've not had one yet because they've been so elusive. If you remember, about the first week they sold those sandwiches, they sold out like within days. Oops. And I was unable to acquire one. And then they went quite a while, weeks and weeks, not having one available. And then just not too recently, they resupplied their stock, and now you can get a sandwich. I can't see it being too that outlandishly wonderful of a sandwich than any other chicken sandwich that's out there. I could be wrong. People do say it's really, really good. But I've had a lot of good chicken sandwiches in my life. So I don't know how this one's going to stack up against any other chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a review on it, and maybe it'll be the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just be no better than any other chicken sandwich I've ever had. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, people would buy like dozens of their sandwiches and then try and resell them on Craigslist for like $10-20 a sandwich, and it's like, you kidding me? It's a freaking chicken sandwich. It can't be. It's just chicken. It's just bread. It's just sauce. It's just pickles. Is it really that much better than any other chicken sandwich that's on the face of the planet? I mean, it can't. I'm sure it's probably good, but really, how much better could it possibly be than any other chicken sandwich offered by Wendy's? Wendy's has a really good chicken sandwich. Famous Dave's Barbecue has a really good chicken sandwich. Tam's Burgers has a really good chicken sandwich. So it's just like, well, how much better could it be than any one of their sandwiches? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, huh? Oh lordy, battle of the chicken sandwiches. I guess, I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe I'll get 2 or 3 of them, because if I find out it's the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life, I might want to have one the next night and the next night and the next night. And considering the nearest Popeye's chicken is like 22, 23, 24 miles from me, I better stock up. So we'll see, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I do like Popeye's chicken. Popeye's chicken is really, really good. Really good. That's why you go into any Popeye's chicken Popeye's chicken restaurant, they're always packed with people. And that's for a reason, because their chicken is good. Their chicken is good. But at any rate, we'll find out tomorrow, hopefully. There's a Popeye's chicken where I need to, where I'm working tomorrow for a client. And I will stop by and I will get my... when I usually do go to a Popeye's chicken, which again isn't very often, I get what's called a 6-piece chicken tenders meal, which is $10, and you get 6-piece chicken tenders, 2 sides, and a drink for $10. So it's a pretty good deal, and a biscuit. You get a biscuit. So I'll get that, and probably 2 or 3 chicken sandwiches, and we'll see how good, bad, or indifferent their chicken sandwich is, and go from there. I don't know. It might be just an average chicken sandwich. I don't know. We'll find out. Though, we'll find out. I don't know. We'll see. We will see how good it is or isn't. I don't know. And that's the point. Ooh, look at the bridge. The bridge looks really good now. Wow, it looks good. It looks really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so now we have to deal with these. I put a dab of glue in these, if you guys remember, so that should be set by now. So I will very gingerly put these back. I will very gingerly put these back, and we'll see how these are gonna be. They should be okay. Okay. I'm not going to press down on this too hard because the glue still needs to dry and set. And I just used a very tiny dab of Gorilla wood glue in each one to hold that plastic insert in. And that's it. You don't want to overdo it in case you need to take the insert out at some point. So.
Naturally, we attempted to enforce the Treaty of 2097. Naturally, we regained control of half the colony.
So that being said, I'm gonna go grab my another fruit juice and be right back and wash my hands so we can start the
Only if you act as mediator.
setup on
For
this.
some reason, we find you trustworthy.
Looks pretty good though so far. I will say that.
Yes, Captain, I'm asking for your help.
Okay. Alright, we got my juice. And I washed my hands. I guess my only complaint with this guitar is I wish this factory blemish that was right here that I pointed out earlier wasn't there. Other than that, I can't complain too much. I cannot complain too much. And again, you know, what do you want? It's not $1,000 guitar or anything, so you know, like I said, what do you want? It's not not a high-end guitar. It's a nice guitar, it's a cool guitar, it's a great guitar, but you can't expect miracles with it. It's just as simple as that. You can't expect miracles with it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start putting tension on the strings and doing the setup on it. I'm gonna put the pickup down. It's way too high. I only did that for the purposes of using it as a string retainer to hold the strings back when I did the polish the frets and fretboards. So we'll put this back down to a kind of a factory setting and then go from there. Okay, good enough. Now proceed with the procedure. We will proceed with the procedure. That is what we will do. You always want to make sure your string is in your string groove in the saddle. And go from there.
Humanity is ready to join a much larger community.
Stand up to do the other strings, I think, maybe. Just because I want to. And we'll do the B string.
Did you have a chance to read the territorial compromise?
Glanced at it.
The compromise is at the heart of this dispute. It's worth your attention.
And go from there.
Did you glance at any of the other materials I sent to your quarters? On the subject?
Now, the high E string, which is a little iffy because it just is. But we'll see. Might have to replace this one. I don't know yet. We'll find out. We'll go a little bit slower with this one and find out. We'll see. I don't know.
I assume you have a strategy. And then?
Yeah, no, it broke. Okay, well, I kind of figured it would break. Yeah, I kind of figured that would break. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a string. Not happy that it broke, but it is what it is, and we'll replace it, and then that'll be it, you know? It's just one of those things. Yeah. Not a big deal. I would prefer it didn't break, but that's alright. Like I said. Okay. I'm gonna have to use the pliers again to. Oop, not those pliers. Those are way too small. These pliers, and we'll pull the string out, and then that'll be it. Put a new string on it, and then we'll be fine again. It's all good. It is just a string. String feels like a 9. I think that's what I'll put back on it, a 9. Yeah, I'll put a 9 back on it. That is what I will put, a 9. Ernie Ball 9. Ernie Ball. I've got a pretty good supply of single strings, so I think that'll work out swimmingly. That will work out quite swimmingly. We'll look at the 9s and we'll get a 9 out. think we'll get it right. 9. There we go. Ernie ball 9. Well, it's hard to see, but 9. Oh, they have this package of 6 9s, and I get these individual packs of single-sized strings. So it'll be all 9s or all 10s or all 12s or 16s, 14s, etc., etc., etc. So, made USA. Blah blah blah. USA. USA is great. And that string value is only like $1, $1.50. So it's not like I'm losing any money or anything. So this is a brand new Ernie Ball 9. Yeah, it's the same gauge as the other one. The other one was a 9 too, so it's all good. So good. We'll put it through the hole. And then grab it. We will grab it like a rabbit habit. Like my dad used to say. He would say, grab it like a rabbit habit. Grab it like a rabbit habit. That was just one of his little catchphrases. Grab it. Grab it like a rabbit habit. Just because it rhymed. Yeah, I miss my dad. He passed away 4 years ago. July, it'll be 4. No, it'll be 5 years. July. How time flies. Yep. How time flies. How time flies.
Managing a family is a big responsibility.
How time flies. We got a new 9 on here, and the other strings are brand new too, so it's not like I'm mismatching a string or anything. They're all Ernie Ball 9s, so I am not mismatching anything, just so you know. It's all copacetic. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Never mind. Now we'll crimp the end of the string like I always do. And we'll make it good. Then I will sit down because I need to sit down because my back is killing me. This is for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Not too bad. I figured it was going to be about 2.5 hours, so, and I'm fine with that. That's not a big deal. Okay. So we'll start our process of putting a setup on it. Intonation, action height, etc. etc., etc., etc. Jack is nice. See, look. Remember how the jack was all, the 5-way selector was all staticky every time you change the selection on it? Perfect. That means it was just a, piece of, just needed to be cleaned up, that's all. I way overtuned the high E string so as to stretch it. We're pretty close to a general chip tune, what we call a chip tune. Intonation's a little bit off, but what do you expect? Now we'll do the action height. And after the action height, we will do the intonation. And then a final tune, and then we'll be golden on this guitar. It's really cool. I love this guitar.
We're impressed with your negotiating skills. They want to talk to you, not kidnap you. If I agree to a meeting, it simply legitimizes their position. And if you don't negotiate,
Ooh. Getting a little brain freeze. I drank too much of my juice, which I keep my refrigerator pretty cold, just under freezing. And, wow. A little bit of brain freeze there almost. Okay, the pickup is a little too high so far. We'll change the pickup height. Lower that a little bit. We'll lower it down way low, and then we always do the pickup height adjustment last. That's one of the last things we do. And I like my actions pretty low, as do most people. should be able to get the action down pretty low on this.
If I may speak, I have a choice.
A little tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit more.
We came here to fight. Why back down now?
Just a tiny bit more.
With too much faith in these pigskins, we don't know anything about them. We attack now. We can have the Russians on the defensive before our
That's pretty good. I'm gonna try just a tiny bit more, maybe a quarter turn. Good. Next. Wow. Yeah. They always adjust the actions on these pretty high. You know, every manufacturer has a standard action adjusting height, and they adhere to that. And that, you know, because everybody's different. Some people have long fingers, short fingers, fat fingers, skinny fingers. Some people like a high action. Some people like a low action. Some people like a medium action. It's just, you know, kind of depends. A little bit lower. I think we'll be able to get this action pretty darn low. Go half a turn. Go a little bit lower. Quarter turn. I think that's pretty good. We'll go to the next one. Wow, this one's really high. This one's almost to the full adjustment of the adjustment. Really, 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 really freaking high. Holy mackerel. Alright. A little bit lower, maybe half a turn. A little bit more, maybe a quarter turn. Oops. There we go. Pretty good. I'm gonna call that one done. I think if I go much lower on that one, it's gonna buzz. Buzzing typically happens with the wound strings, the first three strings. So there is that.
Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH, and by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. The root there was only to tell your body to chill out and use your GH levels
Yeah. I can go a little lower. We'll try a quarter turn. And I always adjust the adjusting screws equally on the saddles. More times than not, you will see somebody adjust just one side or over adjust one side than the other. I do them both. You know, you don't want a saddle, you know, cockeyed like this. You want the saddle nice and equal. So adjusting the screws, I don't do them like this. I do them like this, very even. So I think I go into the half turn, which I will do. We'll go from there. I'm going to leave that one. I could probably go a little lower, but I'm going to leave it. Sometimes you have to go by feeling, you know, what your gut tells you to. Because more times than not, your gut is right also. So there is that aspect of it.
I don't believe he asked me to come a dozen times so I could lead you into a trap. Right now, it seems like the best thing to do is to get a ceasefire in place. The Andorians will agree to that until they talk to you in person. I managed to keep us on course most of the way in. We're getting more than a kilometer from transatlantic coordinates.
I think I'll go about half a turn on this one.
How would you know? We can't pick up anything for the interference.
I think I'm going to go quarter turn. I'm going to go quarter turn and call this one done. Ouch. Okay, high E string, last string. And then we can do the intonation and then do the final tune. Chip tune and then fine tune. Final tune, if you will. I think I can go maybe an eighth of a turn lower, and we'll call this one done.
This is the old residential
There you have it, folks. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Action height is good. Now we'll do the intonation. We'll put a chip tune on it and then do the intonation. Almost.
I'm aware of that.
Almost. A little bit more.
Gratification is an emotional indulgence. He disagreed with a recommendation that Archer's mission be canceled after the tragedy of Chicago 2. Why?
I was on board Enterprise at the time.
You believe you were better than the That sounds a great deal like another emotion. Arrogance. Perhaps it's time for you to consider another assignment.
Okay, a little more adjustment, and then we'll be good, and we'll go from there.
Did you make contact?
They're coming back.
Oops. Went too far. Intonation is an imperfect thing. Sometimes you can't get intonation perfect even on a $10,000 guitar. This one I'm having a little bit of an issue getting it. But it's not bad. It's not bad. There we go. That one's pretty close. Pretty close. Perfect.
It was super simple. 1, 2, 3. You do this, and you
Ooh, that one's very close. Intonation is very important, because if your guitar is not intonated, you will not be able to tune it. I mean, you will be able to tune an open string, but you go to play a chord and then it's off. And I don't like to get my intonation close, I like to get my intonation perfect. And sometimes on cheaper guitars, it's harder. I had a guy bring me a Gibson custom shop guitar, Les Paul, $5,000 guitar. He said he could not get it in tune and stay in tune to save his life. He said he tried for months, and he took it to Guitar Center and Sam Ash, and nobody could figure out why it wouldn't go in tune and stay in tune. He'd play a chord and it would just sound off. It's because nobody could intonate it right. He brought it to me, I intonated it, tuned it. The guitar was brand new, so I didn't need to, polish it and put a full setup, I mean, I adjusted the action height and intonated it and tuned it, and that's all I did to it. I did it in 30 minutes. He was ecstatic. He gave me $100, and he bought me pizza for dinner. He was so enthralled and ecstatic that I could do what no one else could do. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn. I'm going to toot my own horn. So nobody else could do it. Ooh, that one's almost perfect. So he was ecstatic. And for whatever reason, the intonation was off from the factory, whatever. It wasn't off bad, but it was off enough to where he would play a chord, and it was just kind of sounded like a piano that was just ever so slightly out of tune. It was just one of those things. Perfect. So I pride myself on intonation and tuning. I really do. You see how detailed I am with that. So you guys know. I'm very detail oriented with that. I just am. Perfect. A little bit.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you have in mind?
Whoops. Perfect. See, we're almost there, and I haven't even done my final tune yet. So, intonation, it's a very, very, very important. It's one of the most neglected things on a guitar or bass or anything else, any other stringed instrument that you can intonate. It's very neglected, it really is. So we'll put the tremolo bar back in it, and we will actuate the tremolo and make sure that when we're not going to dive bomb it or anything, but we're going to make sure that it will go back in relative tune when we actuate the tremolo. So that we want to do. And then we'll double check the 5-way selector switch, make sure it's still good, and go from there. Sounds like it goes back in relative tune pretty easily, so yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Alright, here we go. Final tune. There you go, folks. Alright.
I suppose I shot the ambassador to make my story more convincing. Why would my lieutenant,
We gotta put the back plate back on it. And all that good stuff. Put the back plate back on it. Adjust the pickup height. And we will be done.
she's not the only one who risked her life. I said I'd bring Saval to meet you, and we damn near got killed getting him here. I came because you asked me. Because you thought I could be trusted. Check Saval's wound. Check our shuttle. You'll find Andorian weapon signatures.
So, pickup height.
Answer me. What did you expect me to do? Follow my orders.
pull height. Well, we already did the pickup pull height. So never mind. No, I was mistaken on that. But we already did the pickup pull height.
There are others who feel this way. You'll see.
See to the investors' loans. We have a lot to discuss.
Okay, so we got the pickup height set. Double check the tuning, make sure it didn't go out of whack just now when we did the pickup adjustment. Whoops. Okay, so something did go out of whack. Oh, I see. We have the.
Did you say Strand's medics?
He just made a good host. The Andorians are allowing the Vulcan ships to move in and pick up their people.
Glad you let us know.
Did you run into any problems up there?
Nothing we couldn't handle. Tell you later.
We had a pretty rough landing. We'll lead right back to the ship.
I'll send traffic down to shuttle pod 2.
Acknowledge. Archer out.
Okay, so I had one of the pickup ends adjusted just ever so slightly too high. Not too bad, but ever so slightly too high. It should be good now.
What's my safe flight story?
Perfect. Now we will flip this sucker over. We're 2 hours and 52 minutes. A little bit longer than I wanted to put into this guitar, but that's okay. It was a fun guitar to work on. I'll tell you that right now. It was a fun guitar to work on. It really was. So we'll flip this sucker over and put the back plate on it and call it done. At least we were able to fix the static in that 5-way selector switch. That was cool. It was about 30 or 40% unsure that we were going to have to clean it more or replace it. But it worked out pretty well. Alright folks, I'll flip this baby back over and then we will have it done. Wow, there we have it, all finished. The NOS New World Stock 2018 Silvertone Strat in metallic purple. Pretty cool. I think I'm going to put $275 on this guitar. Because new, they are just shy of $350, so I think that's a fair price for it, considering it is NOS, New Old Stock New, and all the work I just put in on it. A very, very good setup on it. So I think that is a more than fair market value on it. think that is good and fair. So.
With your permission, I'll escort Ambassador Small to the airport.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this guitar out, and I've had this guitar way too long. I should have done the work on this guitar a long time ago. I've had this guitar since July. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January. I've had it about 7.5 months. So I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't do this guitar sooner, but it is what it is, and that's what it is, and yeah. So there you go. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I'm gonna turn my volume back on.
So he can get another chance.
Sylvia, a record of all of our discoveries.
My back is hurting. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my back is hurting. I really want to help my friend out tomorrow, and I think I'll be able to, but wow, this guitar came out really nice. The only issue we had was the static and the 5-way selector switch, and the plastic inserts for the knobs came out, but I put a dab of glue in each one, and I cleaned the switch, came out perfect. The guitar came out really well. Yeah. I'm ecstatic with the guitar. I really am. I really am. So we're at 2 hours and 59 minutes.
So thank you for joining me on this guitar. It is a NOS New Old Stock 2017 Silvertone Strat in metallic purple SSH pickup configuration. Came out really nice. We had a couple little glitches with it, but as you saw, we ironed them out. So thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time on the next awesome guitar. Thank you very much, and happy guitaring.